I'm Dr. Emil Tompkins, and this is 1 Minute to Wellness. Now, you may ask about, so what about the swine flu? Before we mentioned the flu vaccine and some of the things that potentially could be wrong with the flu vaccine, now your question might be, well, what about this swine flu? Since it seems to be a much bigger deal and maybe it's more dangerous, let's talk about that for a second. There was just an article published just a few weeks ago that over half of medical doctors are actually not going to be vaccinating themselves with the swine flu vaccine. And there's a reason for that. And a lot of it we'll talk about has to do with history. Back in the 70s, there was a major swine flu outbreak. It was happening in another part of the world, and so we were protecting ourselves here in America by creating this massive vaccination campaign, and there were ads out on TV. There were so many different things that said you had to have this vaccination or you were going to die. Well, so they did this mass vaccination of millions and millions of people, and what they started to find is as a result of this vaccine, there were a lot of people coming down with a really strange neurological disorder called Guillain-Barré syndrome. And what Guillain-Barré is a disease that attacks the nervous system, and it will cause sudden rapid onset paralysis. And this rapid onset paralysis is something that starts down at the extremities, down at the feet, and works its way up the body. And if it worked its way far up enough up to the body, it would hit the lungs, and that would kill people. And so a lot of people back in the 70s died of Guillain-Barré due to what was going on with that flu vaccine. And so because of that, that whole project then got scrapped. But by then it was too late. Lots of people ended up had already gotten that vaccine and had suffered some of the consequences because of it. It's a general problem when you have something new that comes out, some disease that's really bad, and so we try to come up with some kind of cure or answer for it really quickly, and we don't have an opportunity to test and see what the side effects are. So even with this brand new swine flu vaccine that comes out, we're not really going to know what the long-term side effects are until people have had it. And until people have had that vaccine for a while. So because of that, there are certainly some pretty major unknowns, which is a big reason why medical doctors aren't going to take the chance of doing that vaccination, or at least in over half of cases, that's what's going to happen. And so when it comes time for you to make decisions based on what to do for your family, just make sure that you make those decisions with research. Don't let me tell you what you need to do, or don't let anyone else really tell you what you need to do. Listen to the people around you, talk with your physician, do the research, and make an informed decision based on what you know. I'm Dr. Emil Tompkins, and this is 1 Minute to Wellness.